The year is 1942. A biting wind sweeps across the British Isles, a constant reminder of the approaching winter. In a small terraced house, a family gathers around the wireless, listening intently to the news from afar. The war effort demands sacrifice from everyone, not just the soldiers on the front lines, but also the families at home. Every lump of coal is precious, rationed carefully to last through the cold months. The chill seeps through the walls, a persistent guest that no amount of blankets can fully banish. Posters urge citizens to make do and mend, and to dig for victory. Food is rationed, clothing repurposed, and fuel conserved with near-religious fervour. The war is fought in every kitchen, every garden, and every chilly living room. Homes, often poorly insulated, let precious heat escape. With supplies directed to the military, families must find their own solutions. Neighbours share tips, patching leaky roofs with scavenged materials and sealing drafty doors with old fabric. In this environment of shared hardship, a simple solution to cold homes begins to emerge from the most unlikely of places, the local sawmill. The severe shortages on the home front were a direct result of total war. Factories that once made household goods now produced munitions, aircraft and vehicles. Materials like steel, aluminium and timber were redirected to the military. Even insulation materials, such as mineral wool or cork, were reserved for the war effort. Imports were restricted, with enemy submarines threatening cargo ships. Only the most vital supplies crossed the seas, leaving shelves bare. A leaky roof or uninsulated attic became a drain on precious, rationed fuel. Every bit of heat lost was coal or wood wasted. The government encouraged self-sufficiency, but the message was clear. Civilians had to cope with shortages on their own. This necessity forced communities to look to their immediate surroundings for answers. People began to see potential in what was once considered waste. Innovation was born from need. With conventional materials out of reach, people turned to the local lumber mill. The mills produced a byproduct often seen as waste sawdust. In ordinary times, it was burned or discarded, but now it was reconsidered. Sawdust, made of tiny wood fibres with air trapped between them, is a natural insulator. Someone realized, if a blanket traps air to keep you warm, why not a blanket of sawdust for a house? The idea spread quickly. Sawdust was cheap, often free, and accessible to all. Sawmill owners were glad to have it hauled away. Families collected sawdust by the cartload, insulating attics and walls. Word of mouth turned this into a community project. Neighbours shared their success, and soon collecting sawdust became a common sight. This humble byproduct became a silent defender of warmth in thousands of homes. The home front's resilience was embodied in every bucket of sawdust. Innovation, once again, was born from necessity. Sawdust insulates by trapping millions of tiny air pockets, slowing heat loss. But pure sawdust had problems. It attracted pests, mould, and was highly flammable. The solution? Mix in hydrated lime, a fine powder derived from limestone. Lime's alkaline nature repels insects and rodents, and acts as a fungicide. It keeps the sawdust dry and inhospitable to pests. Lime also improves fire resistance, releasing water vapour when heated and coating wood particles to slow ignition. The result? A safer, more durable insulation. This simple recipe, sawdust and lime, was refined through community wisdom. It was practical, effective, and could be made with local materials. The combination turned a risky fix into a reliable solution. Folk science at its best, born from shared hardship. The home front's ingenuity transformed waste into warmth. Sawdust and lime became a symbol of resourceful survival. Applying sawdust and lime insulation was a hands-on, do-it-yourself task. Dry sawdust was spread out, hydrated lime sprinkled on top, about 1 part lime to 10 parts sawdust. The mixture was thoroughly combined until evenly blended. Most often it was poured between attic joists, creating a thick, continuous layer. For hollow walls, small holes were drilled and the mixture funneled in, filling cavities from the bottom up. It was dusty, messy work, but the promise of warmth made it worthwhile. No professionals, just families and neighbours sharing tools and labour. The process was a testament to self-reliance and community spirit. Each bucket of insulation was an act of resilience. It was more than home improvement, it was taking control in uncertain times. The method was simple, effective, and accessible to all. In every insulated home, the spirit of the era lived on. After the war, industries returned to civilian production, and scarcity eased. Modern materials and techniques replaced wartime innovations like sawdust and lime insulation. New homes were built with fiberglass and rock wool, seen as cleaner and easier to install. The make-do-and-mend philosophy faded, replaced by consumerism and convenience. Hauling sawdust from a mill became old-fashioned, a reminder of hardship. The sawdust method was soon forgotten, associated with poverty and the past. Builders adopted new materials, and the old knowledge faded. Within decades, this ingenious solution was buried under layers of modern technology. It became a historical curiosity, overlooked in the rush for progress. The practical value of sawdust and lime was lost to time. Yet its story remains a testament to wartime ingenuity. Today, as we face new challenges, the story of sawdust and lime insulation offers inspiration. It reminds us that effective solutions can come from simple, local materials. For history enthusiasts, it's a tangible link to the past and a lesson in resilience. For those seeking sustainability, the method is low cost, low impact, and practical. In times of scarcity, this knowledge empowers self-sufficiency. It turns waste into opportunity and hardship into innovation. Rediscovering these skills is about reclaiming creativity and community spirit. The story of sawdust and lime proves that in the face of scarcity, the human spirit innovates. By learning from the past, we can build a more sustainable future.